Come here and give me a cuddle.
I heard you were teaching in Greece. I set out to find you.
I remember Tim and I trying to decide if we wanted to sort of let, like a subtle relationship chemistry start.
That hold was, was a little intimate, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were talking about that, like whether or not that was interesting because, you know, he's supposed to be sort of our Christ figure, you know, and could he have relationships? We were
kind of toying with that.
We were testing that boundary and just seeing if people got that or not.
Oh, you like the way you were looking at him there.
Yeah, I mean, it is obviously about eternal love, but we were playing with that idea of, is there something a little more, you know, primitive, I guess.
All I can do is try and teach you how to love.
Yeah, I see that. You can see it. It's so clear. It's so funny.
Come and see my etchings.
And you can heal.
Why is love the key?
Pure love. Oh, no. Holding expression of divine perfection.
That's so funny.
The greatest power one can possess.
Oh, come on. Only real power's at the end of a sword.
The last temptation of Eli.
Did you hear that?
Of course, on the strength of this, Rob cast her in Cleopatra 25-25.
Oh, right, okay.
And if the other side has more swords?
If you can love your way out of this one, be my guest. Brutus.
David.
The lovely David.
I know. Again, I keep in touch with him quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I see him whenever he comes into town.
Really?
I catch up with him.
Oh, give me a call.
Yeah. It's funny because he's so formidable in this, you know what I mean? It's so distant and a little cold in this part, don't you think? And he's just complete opposite. He's such a goof, you know?
Caesar's promised me no one will be hurt.
And you believe him?
Our friends are at war, Gabrielle. I'm sorry this brings us into conflict, but it's inevitable.
It's funny because, you know, when we think of Brutus, we always think of him being just a total creep, but he plays it with great warmth and sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's written that way. And
right.
Caesar is such a scheming...
That's funny because you see him as warmth. You said warmth and sincerity, didn't you?
Yeah, I think he's really warm and sincere in a...
Oh, that's interesting, compared to Caesar.
With a tough job description.
Yeah, and then I see him as still cold because I'm comparing him to David,
yeah, no,
typically,
I don't. Yeah.
Who's really, really, really warm and affectionate.
I always look so good in these helmets.
Yeah.
At ease.
Always carry a spare chakram in your tunic.
What's she doing? Is this the time?
Oh, someone's gonna ruin this.
Oh!
Back memories, doesn't it, Xena?
I was waiting for that moment. Just when you think you got him.
Thanks, by the way.
For what?
I wanted to. They wouldn't let me off the hook that easy.
Who's they?
I don't know. Whoever it is who does the final judging. They sent me to a
Oh my
place.
God.
Good read on that one.
Whoa.
What?
It's great chemistry. You know what I mean? Y'all are both so strong. And the friction and the conflict, it's a great scene.
The one who runs things down where I come from, he's very interested in what happens in this life.
You guys look like complete opposites there too. You know, you're like the warrior and the leather.
Solid and dark and ethereal and. But that was always the
she wasn't,
that diametrically opposed.
But
physiques, everything.
Right.
Was what made it such an interesting.
But the similarity between the two of you, though, you know what I mean? That underlying kind of like a rebellion against what's happened to you in your lives. You know what I mean?
The
like
characters.
Yeah, the characters.
Yes, some people will be.
Right.
Like you're both
But everybody has their
who you were because of outside elements that have affected you.
Caesar's gonna give him gall, and that should keep him smiling.
As the characters.
As the characters. It definitely is the characters.
What happened?
I'm looking at Xena, please.
prison in the Apennines as we
Two female parts, you know, that are so multidimensional, though. I mean, I was just thinking, like, how often are you going to be in a position where you're going to play with another actress that's that strong and yet can play with some of the levity and humor around it? You know, it's kind of rare.
There are still no shows with this many female protagonists and antagonists.
Apparently, the movie The Passion that's coming out,
Yeah.
you know, it's quite graphic, and everyone keeps saying, so when you and Xena were crucified, it didn't hurt much, did it? It's just a flesh wound compared to now The Passion, you know? It's like, yeah, you know, there's nothing. Cracks me up. Jeez.
See, Brutus wasn't counting on this. See, he's not such a bad guy. He's just a Roman.
Just a Roman. We could have been? Oh, you mean in between the shots? Right.
This is going to be one of those getting it on in prison scenes. Look at you two.
I know.
She did nothing.
That's right.
Oh, it's great.
Did the it's good because it gives a whole new texture contrasting with her. Did Ken Girotti, the director, know that you guys were playing this? So
No.
he had to have seen it though.
But the thing is he wasn't there when Eli was established. And this is the first time we've really had connected, I think, right? Because the way
I
was.
know, but he had to be
Oh, no,
seeing
the
it
way.
through the lens.
Yeah.
That you guys have.
We found it in The Way when we did The Way, that there was some sort of a physical chemistry between these characters. And then in this one, we decided to make the choice of letting it like blossom a little bit more. But I think someone said something to us. Was it Rob?
And said what?
Rob
Do it
or
or
Eric?
don't do it.
No, I think they just thought that it was a little too almost incestuous because I'm supposed to be like his family member,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he is supposed to be
Rob said,
pure.
tone it down.
It was Rob or Eric, I can't remember, yeah.
But that was not a Roman thing. Michael Hurst would always tell me, you know, from his readings on every civilization under the sun about Romans were not allowed to, they were not trained and raised to be emotionally connected to other human beings.
Really? God. Seems so extreme.
Compassion wasn't their strong suit.
Thank God we've evolved somewhat.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though. Can you imagine all the men growing up like that?
Isn't it funny how you know every blade of grass, every contour of that land? You go, oh, well, that's
that
line
part.
yeah. Just beyond that little forest.
Just beyond the trail. What is this? That's funny. I don't remember this at all.
Xena steps out.
Ave Brutus.